don't think we ever really prepare for a game to be that easy. I think if anything, the Namibians will be a pretty new task for us. I mean, they're a very passionate crew, and we know a lot about their loose forwards as well in terms of the guys I'm marking, and they're pretty tough work. So for us, it's just business as usual, trying to prepare for a big test match.
So you set your own standards, if you like.
True. With that in mind, it is a game on paper that looks relatively straightforward, but with what happened the other day with Japan and South Africa, has it made everyone sort of prick up their ears and perhaps focus a little bit more on these matches that people would, in theory, expect them to win quite comfortably?
You're looking at me, so I'm assuming you're asking me. Look, what happened the other day is in the past, isn't it? Each team has to prepare in its own way, and one of the things that we pride ourselves on is trying to improve our performance from the previous one. So, you know, we've got a line in the sand as far as the World Cup goes against Argentina, and the group that are going out on Thursday, you know, they've got to change that line to a higher performance level. So it doesn't matter who we're playing, that's our focus, and you know, we will give Namibia the total respect, because that's what they deserve as another playing nation. And you know, rugby's a funny thing, and sport's a funny thing, as you've pointed out. If you don't prepare properly, then you can get a hiding. So
a lot of changes in this team from the team that played in the opening match. Was that always the plan, given the quick turnaround as well, and perhaps to give people as many minutes as possible?
Well, yeah, again, I think you've answered your own question there. The turnaround has forced that. You can't expect people to play a physical game like rugby and then front up again 4 days' time without paying a price for it later on. So we've tried to use the whole squad. We've got a lot of confidence in the whole squad. You know, any one of the 31 could start any of the test matches, so we're comfortable in doing that. But our next game is an 8-day turnaround, and then we drop into 7 days. So you know, that gives us plenty of recovery time, and then we'll start looking at what we're going to do then.
Steve, neither Vito or Colin have spent a lot of time at first five of the international campaign to date. How are you going to balance that out? You know, try and get them time?
We'll just see how it goes, but you'll probably see both of them get a bit of a game there. Yeah.
Colin, would that be something you'd be quite keen to get into that number 10 role at some point?
I'll leave it up to the coach, mate. It's,
Good answer, son.
no, I'm comfortable anyway, mate. Forward to the challenge.
Does that sort of thing phase you that you haven't had the time of the 10, considering obviously you've played most of your career there? Is it a biggie for you?
It's not ideal, but it's, you know, you roll with it. It's you know, if we were to play there, we get enough opportunity at training and things like that. We prepare well enough every week, regardless of if we're playing. So I feel, you know, if I get that opportunity, I'm ready to go.
Steve, how do you weight form when it comes to selection between last week and this week?
Oh, you look at the little things right across the board, and your skill sets, and you know, how we going about doing our tasks, and we've set ourselves some goals on some areas we want improvements on, so we'll check those. And you know, it is difficult though when you're playing different opposition, I guess, and you know, if the quality of the opposition isn't equal, then it becomes very difficult. But you know, we can't just assume that Namibia are going to lie down, because they won't. You know, the World Cup's already shown that in previous World Cups, and this one's already shown it. So they'll be proud men, and they'll come out and give it everything they've got, and they'll ask questions of us for sure.
Do you tell the guys that, you know, you're not set on your top team, or that's just a realisation that they had?
Well, they just know that. You have to talk about it.
Sam Kane, captain the side, just talk a little bit about why you've gone with him as your captain. Is this a sign of the future, perhaps?
Oh, he is part of the future, there's no doubt about that. Is he the immediate future? Probably not. Ken Reid's probably the immediate future after Richie. But you know, Sam's in our leadership group, as we talked about yesterday, and he's a quality player. The big thing about a leader is you've got to be one of the best players on the park, and he's inevitably that when he plays. So he's got a good rugby brain, He's young, he's going to be around for a long time if he stays injury free, so it just makes sense to give him the opportunity.
Colin, will you head to the ground today?
No, we're not going to the ground today.
Slade, Berger is one of the, maybe the Namibians' one real standout world-class player. What are your thoughts on him? Are you a fan?
He's a pretty special player. I think last tournament he was in the top 5. So to be able to do that in a team, that wasn't always going forward as a loose forward, you've got to be pretty good. He's totally committed. So if you're going to be in his part of the park and you're carrying the ball, you better get ready to get smashed. So you've got to admire that in him. And he's been around a long time now. So again, you've got to admire his ability to stick around. And I think it's his 3rd or even 4th World Cup. So a pretty good achievement. Yeah.
Are you ready to get smashed with it? If I need to get smashed, yeah, I'm ready to get smashed. But it's definitely plays a different thread in itself. Getting a guy like that play.
Victor, you were nodding your head. Have you done quite a bit of video work on Berger?
Yeah, I've done a bit of work on all the loose forwards, and it's just as Steve said, you've just got to be pretty ready to get belted, because people might say they've been written off paper, but these guys are going to be ready to stand up, and all the games I've seen they've never laid down, so it's going to be a good game.
In saying that, Slade, it should be a great opportunity for you. It should be quite an exciting afternoon or evening.
Absolutely, any time I get to pull on the black jersey is an exciting challenge and a great opportunity for me, and this week's no different. Really looking forward to grab the opportunity, and just stoked to be able to play.
Is it exciting to play on the Olympic Stadium, or is it to you just a ground that you're playing a test match on?
Not at all. No, obviously it's held some big sporting events recently, so look, the grounds over here are fantastic, and it's great to play on the big stage. It's obviously my first game there as well, so really looking forward to getting out there.
Steve, Julian Severe's probably a bit of a slow burner this year. What are your expectations of Julian in a game like this?
Can you say that again? I lost you halfway through when you said slow burner.
Sorry. Just with Julian's had a bit of a slow burning season. What are your expectations going into this game? Are you telling him to have a high work rate, or is it up to others to get the ball to him?
Yeah, I'd debate whether he's had a slow burning season. I thought he was in outstanding form for the Hurricanes. He might have had a wee patch in the middle where things didn't go so good for him, but that's normal. You can't stay up for the whole season. The Hurricanes campaign was, a biggie. Just on the question, does he have to go looking for the ball? Yeah, well, of course he does. I mean, you don't want your wingers just parking out on the wing. They've got to go and look for work, and look, he did that really well against Argentina. He got off the wing and got into the middle of the park a couple of times. He actually helped create a try, Sam Cane's try, if you have a look at that. So he's starting to come to it, and I think the more he plays, after the break he's had, the better he'll be.
You look back in the records of '95. Mark Ellis said before the game against Japan that he looked at the records and thought he might, if he had a real crack, he'd be able to set a new one for New Zealand. He scored 6 tries. If you heard one of your guys doing that, do you encourage that to go seeking that sort of thing, or is it a bit of a wider picture?
Oh, look, I think the game's changed a heck of a lot since '95. The World Rugby spent a lot of time and energy and money trying to help the so-called minnows of the game to improve, and I think they've been by and large reasonably successful in getting that. It's taken a long time, but it's happening, and so things like that I don't think are as up for grabs like they used to be. If someone's going out there thinking about getting records, I'd say he's in the wrong mental state in today's game. But if that's what motivates him, then just keep it to yourself, but let that be what motivates you. I don't think you want to be telling the world about it.
Steve, how good has it been based out here, a bit more relaxed atmosphere for the first couple of weeks? Did you expect that intensity to go up a little bit in Cardiff next week?
It's been great. Not so much the relaxed atmosphere, the more fact that I think we've only been on the bus twice since we've arrived, so bus drivers had a pretty cheap week. And funnily enough, he had to have a couple of days off because I don't know why he hadn't been driving the bus, but there must be some law over here that says you can't work for so many days in a row. But he's a good man and drives the bus good. So when he does drive it, but that's been the biggest one. Yeah, and it's a nice area. Like Teddington's only a wee walk away. So the boys have had, the ability to get the balance that we need, which is, an important part of performing. I think if you have the learning of the rugby too much, it becomes a chore. But if you get too much fun, also you get too loose. So it's about having a combination of fun and learning together, and then you get a performance come game day. So when we first did a recce around here, this is the place we wanted to come to because of those reasons. And after here, we get back down to Cardiff, and we know a lot about that place as well. We've been to Hilton a lot of times, and it'll feel like home again. And then up to Newcastle, and none of us have been there, so that's going to be exciting as well, and really keen to connect with the people up there. And rugby club that's looking after us are really excited about us coming, and St James Park's another wonderful stadium to play in. So those sorts of things make the tournament what it is.
Are you enjoying your almost daily chats with us? You seem to be very relaxed.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm enjoying them, Sev, but I'm here, and look, you understand this is part of the World Cup, isn't it? And people want to hear about what you're doing, and your role as the coach at these things is to try and be as honest as you can without giving away all your secrets. And I've come to realise after being in the All Blacks for about 14 years now, there's no point getting over-aroused and getting tense. If I'm relaxed, then the players will be relaxed. So that's what we're trying to do. Obviously, as we go further into the tournament, I'll probably have to work a bit harder on that.
Colin, we saw some vision of you in the gym yesterday. You bulked up for this World Cup. There's been a lot of talk about that.
It's a lovely question.
Sorry. It's an extra large too. No, not really. I'm sort of sitting around the same weight, I suppose. It's just a couple of good angles and a couple of good camera shots do wonders, I suppose. And it's, for whatever reason, got carried away. Victor, on the other hand, woo.
Deflection right there.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.